I think we can start there because I think that one of the values of our plan is to centralize all of this in industrial areas so that we basically create an entire new city within the city, an affordable city within the city, right? Which I think is a beautiful thing to strive for, is this whole area that was previously just industrial, manufacturing, storage, etc., will transform into this incredibly dynamic, walkable, affordable part of the city that will also still have industry, but will have a ton of housing, shelter housing, affordable housing, permanent housing, etc., right? So I think that, and then also you can centralize services, which will help a lot, and we've seen that on Skid Row. By having centralized services, it's much more efficient and cost effective. But I think that once we get good with this, as more and more buildings become vacant over time, so as a result of COVID, you have a work from home movement that isn't going to stop. So increasingly, I think outdated office buildings will be more and more vacant. Those buildings will be available for housing. So we can start to roll into a whole lot more than just industrial. And we should. We should roll into every kind of building that's falling into disuse. It can be made into housing if we write the right kinds of housing laws. And then I think one really important, really important political advantage to doing housing in industrial areas is that it will avoid most of the NIMBYism that has plagued housing elsewhere. And for those who don't know NIMBYism, it's not in my backyard-ism. Which is the kind of mentality that people have that, yeah, we want housing being built. We agree. Build housing for the homeless, but not here.
Right.
Right. Yeah, great idea. Not here. Okay, well, if everybody says that, where is it going to get built? And that has been a huge roadblock in housing, both affordable and homeless housing. There's only a few places left in the city where there's not a high level of NIMBYism. And there is also a counter movement that is YIMBYism. Yes, in my backyard. Yes, you can build it here. Yes, we recognize that housing needs to be built, and yes, you're welcome to do it here. But it's not a very powerful group of people. So what the government can do is solve everybody's concerns and say, this can all go in the industrial areas. I mean, to me, it's like perfect, right? These areas are already incredibly vacant, way underutilized for being at the center of one of the biggest cities on the globe. These industrial areas are completely underutilized, right? You look at a map of LA at night is super interesting. You look at all the light, and these areas are dark. Like, nothing is going on. And yet they occupy huge parts of the city. You know, in the same way that we wanted to take away single-family zoning. And I could see there's positives and negatives of that, right? But we said that we wanted to make all, we wanted to upzone the whole city. What about industrial? Because that has the same issues that single family does, right? Where it's mostly like low rise, big lots, not a whole lot of things going on. That also feels like a really great area to build housing.